Hi there, it's Tim with Far North Magic. Today I'm looking at collecting new Phyrexia all as one, uh, and seeing where can we get what variant, how many variants are there. There's a lot. What product is, and seeing like what product is right for you. Like it is kind of late in the game, but with a lot of people not pre-ordering seal product. Maybe a seal product's right for you, or maybe just singles still, like a lot of people are doing now, where I'm only going to pick the few cards I want. It might make sense to do it that way. Although, with singles, it seems like a lot of stores are keeping pretty high prices on some of the singles. And if I was looking at singles, I'd probably just wait. Like, it's not worth buying inflated prices. Like even if you miss and you have to pay more later, like if you do like a spreadsheet of all the different singles you were wanting to buy at like the pre-sale prices, and then like you wait like 2 or 3 weeks, you look at it, like probably 2 weeks, I would look at it and see where the prices are, and then like go from there. Like maybe it's even 2 weeks. Like before, it used to be like 60 to 90 days would be the sweet spot where like everybody's trying to flush stuff out. But it has got a lot faster, it seems. Especially for products nobody's opening. Like that's the other thing. Like if people decide, oh, it's not worth opening any Phyrexia all as one, then boom, you have to get your singles kind of earlier, probably, just to if you want them. Like definitely not financial advice, but like when I looked at like a couple of the past sets, like I've just waited because it's definitely made more sense. Like there was a few cards that were like $20-$30 cards, and then they became $6 cards, $10 cards. Like a couple things have gone up, but like overall on an aggregate, it's gone where waiting is the key. Being patient is the key. So looks like they're looking at collector boosters first, and collector boosters are, from the openings I've seen, are kind of swingy. I think it's also just like hard for people to like gauge what makes sense with them. In the collector boosters, you get they have the panoramic lands and then the Phyrexianized lands. I really thought these Phyrexian full arts would have been saved for a secret lair, especially, or if they made them like a lot harder to get, like 1 in 4 packs or 1 in 8 packs or something. Like I really thought they'd like make them harder to get, like like a bunch of the older sets, like where they do like the full art at like 1 in 4 or 1 in something. We also get the borderless Icor, the borderless lands, more borderless Icors, the borderless mangas, and then the step and complete Phyrexian language. I think it's going to be interesting how the step and completes are received, because I could see them just being kind of like the gildeds and like forgotten about. Because the gildeds had like like common, uncommon, mythics, and rares, and it does kind of take away from like them being super special if you get a whole bunch of like commons, uncommons you just don't care about. Okay, so for the collector booster, it does seem to have like several more slots that could just be a really good card or a really like not so good card. So I think these packs are going to be kind of swingy, more than even normal. I do like how in this article they give you how many cards fit in that slot. So for like the commons, it's 4. You get 4 per pack out of 101. For the uncommons, 2 out of 80. You get your traditional foil basic, which could be a panoramic or a Phyrexianized one at equal rate. Your rare or mythic in the regular foil, and the quantity of like how many there are, and then the percentage. So dropping at the normal rate. You got your extended art rares. There's 29 of them. With the stretched out art. I always find it interesting that I would think that these would be cards that, like the extended arts, would be cards that would do better than what they do, but because they're only collector booster and the sample packs out of the commander decks, but it doesn't seem like they have much of a premium for the regulars, at least a lot of the time. Then we got the buy box. Green Sun's Twilight. So the buy box, you'd have to go to your local game store. They don't even, like, some at one point they used to mail. Sometimes they used to mail them out, but they don't allow that anymore. Which makes sense because you're looking to drive traffic to the game store. And if you just give away all your buy boxes to online sales, it doesn't work. So we got one extended rare or mythic from the commander decks, or the jumpstart. So the jumpstart cards I don't really find worthwhile that much. I really don't like the jumpstart that they've done, but the extended commander cards can be a very interesting value play because sometimes you can find those cheaper than the regular version, or even if they're the same. That could be an interesting thing to buy because those aren't as easily replaced in the system once they start to dry up. So if it becomes a card that's actually playable, that might be the target. That would be good. And usually it's only the new cards in the commander decks also. So then we got our common, uncommon Icor treatment, our foil common, uncommon Icor treatment. Like 6 commons, you're going to get the whole common set, like every collector box. And even almost the uncommon set of 7. Like, just not going to be hugely worth anything. Even if they're good cards, like, just way too common. Then there's the Step and Complete foil. I think this is going to be interesting to see how this shakes out, as I say. Like, it's only in collectors. I think the lower rarities are going to be, like, very not worth a whole lot. I think some of the mythics might be cool, but it'll be interesting to see how they go. 11% is not super easy to get necessarily, but not super hard. It would make it like one and a bit per box on average. So like if you get one of the mythics in Step and Complete and one rare, 2 rares in Step and Complete, just say, are they going to be hugely valuable? Still like 26 or 28 of each, so it's still going to be like relatively hard to get any specific one. We get the Booster Fun rare mythic. This one is like a catch-all, but like with I do like how this time they actually tell you what the, like, all the different things that fall into this booster fund category, instead of just telling you like everything goes in, but then like not telling you exactly how many, or the percentages, because like I found it very hard to guess what would be in the booster fund slot. So it also does mention like the Elish Norn's kind of at a harder pull rate for some of the variants. I think it's interesting that the concept art Praetors are less than 2%. Because I think those are going to be pretty popular, but I wasn't too sure how easy or hard they'd be to pull, because like some people were thinking they'd be like, yeah, they're just going to be super easy, like you're going to have $5 Shieldreds at the end and $5 Elishnorns. And I'm like, I don't think they're going to make them that easy. Like, you also get a booster fun, rare mythic, foil. So I think these two slots can be very, very swingy, with like you could just get something that's very meh and something that's super awesome. I think that's kind of going to be a challenge with these packs, where like loose packs might be actually pretty dangerous in a way. But I almost think loose packs are dangerous at all the time. So we got our different Elish Norns, the regular, the concept, the Ichor, the Jinji Ito manga, and then the Phyrexian language. So there's like these 5 different variants. I think they all have foil, and I think they have the complete. So at least for all, maybe not the regular one, but so that'd be like 14 variants if you want to complete the complete collection. Borderless. I guess there's a difference between the Ichor and borderless Ichor. I guess the commons and uncommons have borders. I see. That's interesting. It's interesting that they put everything in draft set and collectors, and then the sample packs in for these Ichors in the sample packs for the commander decks. I think that's interesting. It looks like draft set and collector for the Phyrexian language cards. I think it's good that like at least you have a small chance of getting some of these cards in the like draft and set packs. Like if they gatekeep too hard, it doesn't work, I don't think, because you just like suck all the sales to the collectors, but then like that really doesn't help in the end for like getting stuff smoothed out, because you got like big distortions in what singles are available. Like you'll have like foils be worth nothing, like be worth less than non-foils at that point. So we got the Praetors in the border in the concept art. It's interesting that they have the set symbol that they came from, and they come in all the different packs as well. Draft set and collector, borderless mangas that are the completed, the what if completed, and then the Mirren heroes that are kind of, I guess, what if they were Phyrexianized, or I guess they'd just be normal. But I think it's interesting. I'm not too big a fan of these guys probably, but they are neat art. And then there's the Jinji Ito Elishnorn. For some reason, just when I see her, this art, I feel that she's like taking a dump. But I don't know. So the step and completes are only in the collectors. There's 67 of them. So to me, it almost like reminds me of the Gilded. I wonder if they'll hold up better than the Gildeds did from Streets of New Capenna. Got Borderless Dual Lands. These are the fast lands from Scars of Mirrodin. Definitely a couple of them needed a reprint for sure. I think the last major print, like time when these got hit with a reprint was Zendikar Rising Expeditions, like box toppers. And that did put a bit of pressure on them, but like those didn't do a whole hell of a lot. Some nice art for these guys. The very intriguing thing is these complete bundles. They started out of the gate a bit lower than what they are now. Being in Canada, you can barely find them in stock, if not. I think almost everywhere sold out, or they've jumped the price ridiculous. So, I think there's some value in these, but definitely wait if you're looking for singles of this stuff from this thing. I think I'm gonna do a video looking at this complete bundle. It comes out about 3 weeks after release, I guess a month after the pre-release, so it's going to be very interesting to see what the supply ends up being on these, if stores get restocked and they become like a Charizard UPC, or or if they actually are limited. It's nice that there's a different promo with a Phyrexian Phyrexian arena. Jeez. You also get oil slick oil slick foils, and it's the only place to get them, with the 10 lands and 2 of the 20 mythics. So it's interesting that all the 20 mythics, that all the 20 mythics are part of it. And I think these will be interesting. I think they'll start out of the gate pretty strong, but I think it will taper off, just because getting like 2 of each is not a lot per bundle, but it's still kind of a lot per bundle. I ordered some of these, and I plan to open at least one in a future video once I get them. They do look interesting. It would be cool getting like some of the better cards, but they're selling for like really crazy right now. I can't understand how people would think that the prices would be reasonable. So here's a chart of where to find stuff, and they actually have like kind of a breakdown of what it is. So like I think that the lands are going to be super cheap. Like I wouldn't think, like the Phyrexianized lands and the panoramas, I think are going to be super cheap, because if you get 20 of each in the set, in the complete bundle, and then 1 of each in like the set packs, well, in all the packs, I think that's like going to be major pressure on them. But so then we got where can you find for foil cards, Step Incomplete, and then the oil slicks. So Step Incomplete's only collectors, traditional foils everything, and then oil slicks are only in the complete bundle. Set boosters, get the normal breakdown for set boosters. I almost think they should make them somehow like slightly like draftable. But we'll just have to see. What is this? Yeah, so like you can get 1 to 4 rares. I do find it interesting that it's like 1 in 5 to get a foil basic, and they made the stamps signature cards for the art cards 1 in like 10 instead of 1 in 20. So make them a little easier to get. The borderless mythic walkers in less than 1% as it seems like they've been the last little while. So we got the panoramic lands. And then the Phyrexianized draft boosters are very basic. You get your specialized, your panoramic or Phyrexianized land, your normal 1 rare mythic, your commons, your uncommons. So you can draft pre-release kit with your 6 boosters, your promo card, your arena code, deck box, which I don't think is useful, your normal spin down, but this one has a special spin down 1 in 15 packs. Oh geez, even making the dice a loot box now. And then your bundle with the Rat King as the promo, and your 20 lands foil and basic. So the 20 basics in the bundle, from what I understand, is not the special lands, whereas in the complete bundle it's the special lands. In the packs it's the special lands. So don't go buy a bundle thinking you're going to get all like special lands when it's going to be like these lands, because you're going to get disappointed. Because those aren't terrible lands, but they aren't the fancy panoramic and Phyrexianized ones. We got 2 commander decks. They come with a sample pack and oh geez. So you got a rare or higher rarity and 1 traditional foil, Ichor, common or common in the sample pack. So definitely not going to be worth anything for those basic Ichors. I think the commander decks are kind of cool. I was going to do a video about the value, but it ended up that like the value swung so badly from when I first looked at it to when I was going to record it, that I kind of gave up on that. I think it's also like a lot of the newer decks are not as great value on the surface, but I think playability they'll be better than what the precons used to be, because you've got a lot of these cards that have been crushed down. So like your Soul Ring isn't counting for like $3 of value anymore. Your Arcane Signet not $2-3 or $4. Like your like a Path to Exile is not $3-4 anymore, or $5. It's like $2. Like you've got a lot of value been compressed down, so that like you got a lot of cards in that like under $2 category that's like most people consider bulk being actually good cards. So I think from what I remember, the Boros deck here, Rebellion Rising, had Flawless Maneuver and a few other really good cards for value at the current moment. But I think there was more people liking this corrupting influence from the people I've been talking to. So it will be interesting to see how that balances out, because sometimes you can get decks with like that are more popular, even if they're not the value deck, to be worth more than the deck that has more value in it. Jumpstart, I would suggest don't buy it. If you're looking to buy a Jumpstart, just buy Jumpstart 2022. I cannot suggest buying this just because I just don't like these cards are theoretically Jumpstart exclusive, but then like they're in collector packs and other like set packs, I think, even have a spot. So like it's kind of just meh. Like extended art versions are in collector packs. So are they are they exclusive? I wouldn't say so. But yeah, just is what it is with that. They kind of messed that up, and I really would like them to stop. But it's just for another day, I guess. And just is what it is at that point for Jumpstart. I guess if you made it to this part of the video, let me know. How did you live? How did you survive? And also, what are you buying of Phyrexia All Is One? Are you buying singles? Are you buying a box to open? A box to draft with friends? Are you just buying singles or waiting for buying singles? Or are you like sworn off Magic? I'm done. I'm selling everything. Go home. And calling it a day. I'd like to know. And I hope that you'll check out some of my other videos. And I hope that you have a good rest of your day. And I hope you take care. Bye. See you next time. Bye.